Yo, what's up guys? So today we're going to be showcasing off the Tianwei Dragons, which is a newer archetype facing off against MARINCESS Frogs, which is a really good mix up here by my boy Teriyaki. And anyway, so MARINCESS is all about just going and linking up into other things. So we got Solemn Strike, and we also got Supreme Tianwei Style Fist, which is negate anything as long as you control a monster with no effects. But we're here to really showcase off the Marbled Rock, which basically gives you the ability once per turn to recycle a card. And with Frogs, this makes this deck actually really powerful. In fact, I didn't even think this archetype would be that insane. But because basically you just summon one card, go into Link, Link goes ahead, adds back another card, goes summon the other card, goes straight back into the Link 2, then the Link 2 lets you special summon another card, and you go into Link 3. So basically it's like a one-card Link 3, which is really unfair, but welcome to Yu-Gi-Oh, man. But anyways, he goes ahead and makes the Assure, which is their boss monster, which actually has no effects. All the effects are actually in the hand. But also I wanted to mention that Land of Eternal is an insane card. If your opponent special summons an effect monster once per turn, you get to just straight up draw 2 cards. And also, it makes it so all the face-up non-effect monsters are unaffected by all other monster effects. That's insane. And on top of that, he happens to have the, I'm just going to call it the Water Bomb, which is a Tianwei Dragon Shatana. Shatana has the effect where if you destroy one of their monsters, he's going to go ahead and re-special summon it, and in addition to that, he gets to pop a card. Now, it does only have 3k attack, so he attacks over it. He just GG'd here because he would activate the effect of this, but this is going to go ahead and just get negated, and that's going to go ahead and be game over there. But this card would be insane. Had he not had this negation over here, he would have gotten the card back and then had been able to pop a card. Really dirty stuff. And again, he ended up drawing like 4 cards with the Land of the Eternal. This card is insane. Now, I did kind of want to talk a little bit more about the MARINCESS as well as the Tianwei Dragons. So let me showcase off this one. This one's more of a blowout, like an instant like win. But there's a really important card that I wanted to go over because MARINCESS, you guys kind of saw how the deck can play. But this card is so unfair. So MARINCESS Wave is a trap card that lets you activate up to 3 different effects depending on what you control. And again, the point of this is just to show you can just go into Marbled Rock like for free. It's super easy. But the effect of the MARINCESS Wave is a trap card that says if you control a MARINCESS monster, you get to target a face-up monster opponent controls and negate its effect until the end of this turn. If you control Link 2 or higher, all face-up monsters you control are unaffected by your opponent's card effects. And then if you have a Link 3 or higher, you can activate this card from your hand. That's what I'm talking about for some balance in Yu-Gi-Oh, man. So you have that ability to negate an effect, make it so all of your monsters are unaffected by everything, and activate it from your hand. Like, where has Yu-Gi-Oh gone, dude? These effects are getting out of control. But I also wanted to talk more about the Tianwei Dragons. There is technically like a glitch with the field spell. This was actually a really cool duel. So, 2 Tianwei players over here. Unfortunately, I actually, this is me playing with the Dolphins here. But, anyways, unfortunately, he had that card and I only have 1. But he can still activate World Chalice's effect anyways. But the thing is that this archetype is really strong. So he's playing a lot of vanillas. He's playing, like, he's got the IB combo over here. But the Tianwei Dragons are really insane. So he's going to go ahead and Minerva attack over my poor little Dolphin here. At this point, we got Duality and Reggae. I only play 1 Duality. There's a lot of times in this deck where I feel like you don't necessarily need to special summon. But I'll also give you guys the Frog MARINCESS deck profile. I end up just setting Aqua Dolphin passing here because I don't really want to. Because I already know. I think I knew what the last 2 cards were in his hand, and so we're gonna go ahead and just go straight into other Link cards. And this is the boss monster for the archetype. Again, it's just a vanilla monster. So, but what's important is as long as he special summons an effect monster. While I control a non-effect monster, I get to just draw 2 cards, which is really good. Unfortunately, it does error out over here. But at this point, he ends up going and making a card, and he was able to still target the Ashura here, or he used some monster effect, and basically got rid of it. This effect does not work properly at the moment. In fact, it might already be updated. A lot of these replays are actually erroring out. But basically, I kind of wanted to like talk about the deck, and also, here, I want to go to this replay over here, because there's a lot of insane tech that this guy's running that I think is really cool. Specifically, I think this card is actually kind of broken in the deck. So Waterfall of the Dragon Souls lets you activate one of these effects. So you can add a worm, so it's a searcher, it searches pretty much everything in the deck, but you don't want it for that effect. You want it for the second effect. You get to send any number of worm monsters from your hand and or face up on your field to the graveyard, and you get to draw cards equal to the number of monsters you sent to the graveyard plus 1. So at this point, you can get rid of all your Tianweis. Every single Tianwei has a different effect. If you guys haven't seen the video of us going over them, I highly recommend you guys check them out. But basically, the water, if a non-effect monster you control is destroyed, you get to banish this card from your hand or graveyard. All of them have an effect where you get to banish from your hand or the graveyard. So you get to special summon the destroyed monster and also pop one card. The dark one lets you bounce one card your opponent controls, and then the wind one has the ability to make it so something loses 1500 attack. The duel that I had with this guy, it went back and forth for a little bit, and then he ended up attacking me with a Link monster, and then Nahada just makes it so he loses 1500 attack, which is absolutely great. So it lets you basically run over majority of things in the game. And then you have the Adhara over here, which lets you target one of your banished worm monsters and add it back to your hand. So basically, they have, all of them are hand traps, which I think is really cool, but pretty much everyone's running the majority of the time the same cards. You can actually open up really, really bricky in the deck, but I just wanted to just showcase off one more, because I felt like the first duel, we didn't get to see too much of the Tianweis, and I guess that replayed aired out. The last time I checked, literally 10 minutes ago, it was still working, but anyways, I want to go over the Frog MARINCESS, because I think that this is like a deck that, I know everyone's playing the Tianweis right now, and basically all it does is you get out literally the vanilla and you hope your hand traps work. If you get Kaiju, it's just a GG, pretty much. Because you invest everything into that one card, and all your effects are, banished from the grave or hand. Anyways, so this was the Frog MARINCESS deck that you guys just saw. So it's 3 copies of Silent Angler, 3 copies of the Seahorse, 2 copies of Sea Archiver, 3 copies of Swap Frog, 3 copies of Sea Star, 3 copies of Roan Toad, and 3 copies of Dupe Frog. Regeki, Double Moray, 3 copies of Cynet Mine. That's just like a one where it lets you just add another Cyberse card, which they happen to be. And then we have Upstart, we got Reborn, 3 copies of Designator, 3 copies of the Cynet Crosswipe. Then we have 3 copies of the Impermanence, 3 copies of MARINCESS Wave, which is the insane card. And then that's basically 3 of all the MARINCESS, 2 copies of Master Boy, and of course, totally awesome. But yo, shout out to my boy Teriyaki for hooking me up with these plays. I also like this deck a lot more than the Dragon one. If you guys have played the Dragon one, you guys know what I'm talking about, when you can technically break pretty hard in that deck, especially because the deck is so resilient on, or so reliant on that one card that you get out, because that's just how the deck works. You get out like one of the, actually let me go to mine. Oh, the Tianweis. Which one was it? Oh wait, oh that's Thunder Dragons. Okay, I'm still like I was still messing around with different things, and in fact I was trying to at one point trying to make it a Serija Turbo deck and just like get rid of a bunch of cards. And at one point I was running card destruction, and I was just trying out a lot of different things in the deck. But like the whole deck is literally just hand traps. If you like hand traps, this is the deck for you. But this card is so broken. I gotta like get you guys like some more like stupid wins with this deck, because this deck is pretty dumb. Like I said, they're all hand traps. But anyways, yeah, you guys can let me know what you thought of the deck, the Tianweis. Actually, I should probably explain. Let me explain something real quick, because it was kind of fast in the video. I did technically showcase off this card, but it doesn't have an effect. So basically how the Tianweis work, let me actually move this side deck. I had a full video, but again, I'm sorry that I apologize that the video errored out here, but you guys know how that is. So literally, as long as you control no effect monsters, you can just special summon this card from your hand. All those effects are like a once per turn each anyways. But you just special summon one of them. Then I was going for a normal summon of Neo Space Connector, getting rid of any potential hand traps, also seeing my opponent's hand. It was really good. So basically, I would just summon this, go right into this, then obviously this goes in a Dolphin. And then I would go right into either the Landful Linkus or whatever card I wanted to go for. It could be this card. But at that point, I would have like a monster that had more attack than the Neo Connector, so it could maybe hit other cards. But primarily you go for, like a lot of times the play in this deck that you'll see back to back is you summon any Tianwei. It doesn't really matter which one it is, because they get their effects in the hand or the graveyard, so you can literally exhaust every single card and they're free. And then make sure that you make your Link monster first, because The hollow cycle of the dragons lets you send a worm monster from your deck to the graveyard. Then if you control a non-effect monster, you could add a Tianwei monster from your deck to hand. So basically you get a Foolish and get any of the effect of any of the Tianweis, then add another one. So it's just like an easy +1. But you summon one, you go into one link. And then from there, you normal summon anything, or if you happen to have like, you know, Space Connector or a Dolphin, whatever the case may be. You summon the other one, and then you can go into a another link monster. This one does technically require 2 worm monsters, but if you have to make this, because again, if you summon this combo, you have a land for Linkus and then like the other card as well. So you can just go into like this card if you want to, then you still happen to have your summon. If you don't summon this, you can go straight into the Tianwei Dragon Sage. Dragon Sage does require 2 worms, but you discard 1 card and target a worm monster in your graveyard and special summon. Also, you can't activate the effects of monsters that were special summoned from the extract except for Tianwei monsters. But you go for this card, you bring back another card, and you go straight into the vanilla. The vanilla, it's just 3,000. It doesn't do anything, and it has the zones in the bottom right, pretty much. But basically, yeah, you get out this card, and then you hope all the hand traps that you put in the grave are good enough for you to survive. That's kind of how the deck works. It's not a bad deck, especially with the Land of the Eternal Tianwei, because you have that ability to, again, at once per turn, if your opponent special summons an effect monster, which is not very uncommon in Yu-Gi-Oh!, you can just draw 2 cards. Now, that effect is only once per turn. If it was, you can keep on drawing, then this deck would be Exodia then, man. But, yeah, that's pretty insane. Especially since it already makes them all the non-effect monsters, which is pretty much what you're going to be going for in the deck. Yeah, it's pretty good stuff. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay of the Tianweis and the MARINCESS. We still have some more stuff to cover, so if you're new to the channel here, hit that subscribe button if you want to see all the new Yu-Gi-Oh decks in action. But let me know, guys, out of all the new decks, there's still like there's the Wasps we got to cover, and the Fortune Ladies. We got so much, guys. Just stay tuned. I'm going to be uploading a ton of new Yu-Gi-Oh content here very soon. But again, I apologize for the errors. Just literally, I guess as soon as I hit record, they start erroring, man. But if you guys got any cool replays of the Tianweis or anything new that just got announced, feel free to send in. Again, shout out to my boy Teriyaki for the replays. But thanks for watching, guys. Peace out. I'm signing out.